and welcome to Sports 360, your one-stop destination for all big sporting events across the globe. Here you will get a 360-degree analysis, information and exclusive interaction with sports personalities. Cricket's rich history is dotted with legends who have left a lasting legacy on the sport. Through their performances with the bat, ball or both, in several cases, these players have risen head and shoulders over their contemporaries to achieve the greatness. Right now, the future of the Indian cricket team is in safe hands after a trio of Akshar Patel, Rishabh Pant and Washington Sundar gave a good account of themselves in the Test series victory against England. In this edition of Sports 360, we will take a look at the bunch of young cricketers who might end up as the cricketing icons of the decade. Exclusive interaction with para-badminton coach Gaurav Khanna, who single-handedly led the Indian para-badminton charge for long. He believes Dronacharya Award is a recognition of hard work and dedication. No greatest of all time in the Champions League quarter-final for the first time since 2005. Lionel Messi led Barcelona were outclassed by Kylian Mbappe-inspired PSG. Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus was stunned by FC Porto in the UEFA Champions League round of 16. And Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee President Seiko Hashimoto says no decision yet on foreign spectators to watch the Tokyo Olympic Games. And apart from this, we also have our regular segments, Goal of the Week, Player of the Week and the Sporting Moments of the Week. But first up, the cover story we are tracking this week. India has many young bunch of players who can rule the world cricket in the coming times. In the recently concluded Test series against England, spin all-rounder Washington Sundar shone with the bat, while wicketkeeper batsman Rishabh Pant impressed both behind and in front of the stumps.
The future of the India team is in safe hands after a trio of youngsters gave a good account of themselves in the 3-1 series victory against England. These individuals have the potential to inscribe their names in the history books. In the process, these young bunch of cricketers might also end up as cricketing icons of the decade. Indian cricket's Gen Next, Akshar Patel.
Akshar Patel, seasoned campaigner. I wouldn't call him a youngster. You know, he's been around the Indian team for years. He's been very unlucky with injuries. A lot of other players have got opportunities because of his injuries, including the likes of Jadeja, including the likes of Krunal Pandya, because he's been injured. So this is the time when he was injury-free and he made the most of it.
Easily the find of the tour. Few would have expected Akshar to announce himself to Test cricket as emphatically as he did, running through the English batting lineup, innings after innings with his crafty left-arm spin. It will be a happy headache when Ravindra Jadeja is also available for selection. But for now, Akshar's performance was definitely India's single biggest win in their series triumph. Replacing the injured Ravindra Jadeja, left-arm spinner Akshar Patel had a dream debut series with 27 wickets from 3 matches. Only spin colleague Ravichandran Ashwin, who played all 4 tests for his 32 wickets, managed more. Indian cricket's Gen Next, Washington Sundar.
Washington Sundar, if I have to say, unbelievable composure and temperament. I mean, for someone who, yes, at under 19 age, he was an opening batsman. But to see that kind of body language and unfazed by the best bowlers in the world in the toughest situations, as in Brisbane, as in Chennai, you know, was unreal. Because this was an even better innings, I would say, than Brisbane. Because you are playing at home, you have a world championship on the line, you're 50 adrift from the opposition, you're batting with Pant, you've got Akshar coming in next who can bat, but your objective is to get closer to 205. But these youngsters are not thinking in that fashion. They're playing normal cricket, they're playing fearless cricket, and they're playing free cricket.
Slotted into the team as another spin option, Washington, just like in the Australia series, showcased his batting abilities with 2 valuable 50s, one of them ending agonizingly short of a maiden ton. Both times he pulled India out of a tricky spot, making himself an able lower order all-round option for the future. Indian cricket's Gen Next, Rishabh Pant.
To the IPL he came with a lot of baggage. It showed in his size. and he had to lose that baggage, which he did. And he worked his backside off to lose it. And I tell you, he has trained harder than anyone in the last 2 months. And the results are not just for him to see, it's for the world to see. When you have a naturally brilliant match winner of his ability, you know, playing to potential, it's no greater sight in cricket. I think in the last 2 months, what he's done to win matches for India, you know, there'll be players who won't do it in a lifetime.
Pant came into this series against England high on confidence and form after having engineered a famous win down under. The 23-year-old made the most of his purple patch as he scored 270 runs to finish as his team's second highest run getter and third overall. Although Pant won the Man of the Match award in the fourth test for his sizzling 100, the standout feature of his performance in the series was his keeping. His skills behind the stumps showed marked improvements, both against the spinners and the pacers. Pant has undoubtedly sealed his place in the Indian Test team as first-choice keeper, and he'll now set his eyes on doing the same in the limited overs formats as well. Sports Desk, DD India.
So, fantastic bunch of young players India have right now. Now shifting focus to women's cricket. Veteran batter Mithali Raj on Friday became the first Indian female cricketer and second internationally to complete 10,000 runs across all formats. The 38-year-old Mithali, who leads the Indian ODI team, joins England's Charlotte Edwards in the elite club.
India women's cricket team captain Mithali Raj reached a significant milestone in her career as she became the first female player from the country to score 10,000 runs in international cricket across formats. The 38-year-old achieved the feat when she reached the 35-run mark during the ongoing India vs South Africa third ODI in Lucknow. England's Charlotte Edwards was the first woman player to reach the milestone in international cricket. Edwards finished her career on 10,273 runs in 309 games, while Mithali Raj reached the milestone in 311 matches. However, the Indian skipper further needs 272 runs to surpass Englishwoman Edwards as the highest run getter in the history of women's international cricket. Raj also overtook Edwards' record of the most capped female player in international cricket when the Indian represented her country for the 310th time during the second ODI of the ongoing series against South Africa women at home. The Indian skipper couldn't celebrate the day with style as she got out after adding one more run to her 36-run innings. Meanwhile, Twitter has been lighting up with congratulatory messages and hashtags on the player's flamboyant achievement. Among the first, the BCCI tweeted about Raj's achievement soon after she reached the landmark in the ongoing third ODI in Lucknow. Batting legend Sachin Tendulkar congratulating Raj wrote that it is a terrific achievement and told her to keep going strong. Raj, who made her debut for India in 1999 against Ireland, has so far played in 10 tests, 212 ODIs and as many as 82 T20s. She now has 663 test runs at an average of 51.00. 6,974 ODI runs at 50.53 and 2,364 T20 international runs at 37.52 average. Mithali has amassed 663 runs in 10 test matches with a best score of 214, while she has 6,938 runs from 212 ODIs and 2,364 runs from 89 T20 internationals.
So stupendous achievement of Mithali Raj. And now Prithvi Shaw slammed his 400 in the Vijay Hazare Trophy with 754 runs to his credit. Shaw became the highest run scorer in a single edition of the Vijay Hazare Trophy. He is the Sports 360 Player of the Week. The life of para badminton coach Gaurav Khanna is an inspiration for many. He helped para shuttlers to win 340 international medals, which also include World Championship gold, produced world #1 players. He single-handedly led the Indian para badminton charge for long. Moved by the plight of the several deaf youngsters, Khanna, a former national badminton player, encouraged them in whatever way he could. Dronacharya Award winner Gaurav Khanna is credited with the bringing para badminton into the spotlight in India. So the country's first professional academy for para badminton is named after him. The academy is furnished with facilities on par with the international standards. Today in Sports 360, we are joined by the man who changed India's para badminton scene, Gaurav Khanna. A very warm welcome to Sports 360. How the training is going on for the Paralympics as the games are approaching very fast?
National camp in Lucknow, and Sai has sanctioned this camp, and we also need to participate in Dubai Para Badminton International very soon, in this month only. And we are now more focused towards the game aspects, because we have already done a good job in terms of fitness and other aspects of the players. But now we have short-term targets. We have Dubai Para Badminton International this month, and May we have the last Paralympic event, that is Spanish Para Badminton International. So that's why our training are going with a good pace. We have already elite athletes here in Lucknow itself. We are doing the training at Babu Narsidas Academy, and there is a Sai sanctioned camp. So everything is going very good. We are very confident.
Now India's para badminton players have a dedicated space to train at India's first professional para badminton academy. What is the USP of this academy?
It's like a dream come true. Actually, we had a very tough time since recent past. If you ask about the various higher level events like World Championship 2015 or Asian Para Badminton Championship 2016, World Championship 2017, Asian Games 2018, every time we had struggled for a dedicated venue for para athletes. Wherever we got the venue, it was not of that mark before. Fortunately, now we have a dedicated academy for all of us. We are living in a developed society, Omek City. It's a posh locality of Lucknow, and inside there is a school who has lended their space to all of us free of cost, and we have 3.5 courts there. And previously, wherever we used to get the time slot for our training, we were secondary, but now we have a setup where we can plan our own timings, and we are on priority. And we have a gym facility, we have physios with us, we have masseur with us, we have sparring partners with us, and very soon, within 1 to 2 months, we will be having our own facility center, where we'll be having gym, sauna bath, steam bath, jacuzzi, hydrotherapy, and all sort of stuff which are available to elite sportsmen of the world. So it would be a very high-tech center very soon.
Having produced champion shuttlers like Pramod Bhagat, Parul Parmar, Manoj Kumar, and you help athletes to win over 300 medals at the international stage, what is the driving force behind it?
Driving force is of course the positivity. The driving force is the vision. Whatever I have foreseen a few years back, that is now on the ground. So in order to achieve various long-term targets, we need to accomplish various short-term targets. The success short-term stories makes the big story, we can say like this. So my target initially was to bring all athletes at one platform and to train professionally. So we got a good venue in Sports College. We shifted to Babu Narsidas Academy at Lucknow, and now we have a dedicated Gaurav Khanna Excelia Badminton Academy. So the small success which have been coming in our ways, giving us the happiness and giving us the motivation to go ahead for the next task. So it's all-round efforts, it's the team effort, it's Government of India, it's our sponsors. I'll specifically mention the support given by the Sports Authority of India. Of course, the sponsors, OGQ, Go Sports Foundation, Welspun, and now people are coming up, extending their hands to support us, and we are fortunate. So this development path will go ahead, and this is the driving force.
Gaurav, last year you received country's top coaching honor. How special was Dronacharya Award for you?
These recognitions will be just very helpful for a person to get motivated to go there, to just proceed for their next step ahead. And that's what happened to me. I could have satisfied my friends, my colleagues, my family members, everyone with this award.
What are the challenges you faced as a para badminton coach?
Normally, you define the groups and prepare the schedule accordingly. Suppose you have A group having the elite players, you have B group having mediocre players, you have C group who are beginners. You can define and a separate schedule for all of them, and they can follow the same the whole month or the whole week or even the whole day. But in para badminton, there are athletes with some problem. So you need to assess, you need to keep in your mind while deciding the schedule for the athletes, whether the athlete is having some accidental injury, or they are from polio affected, or they are the wheelchair athletes, or they are hand category players. So every player has different sort of disability. So you need to keep in your mind that your training schedule should not aggravate the problem of the player, and you need to be very closely vigilant towards the pain aspect of every player, so that on one side you can work on the strengthening aspect of the weak part, and on the other side you can also have some improvement without letting the player to have further injury.
In the recent past, we have seen India has done exceptionally well in the field of sports. What are your opinion on the schemes like Khelo India and TOPS?
Our sports minister, sir, is very what I can say is very efficient, is very visionary, is down to earth, and he's approachable. So he's bringing up the new schemes for the para athletes, giving at par facilities to all para sports persons, which is giving a feeling of involvement to all of us. Khelo India scheme is definitely a milestone which has been working from the grassroots level to the elite level, and the players who have started playing, and if the Khelo India developing team is finding an athlete a potential for future, so they are definitely taking them into consideration, providing financial support, providing infrastructural support, providing training support to the athlete, and which is definitely helping a mediocre level athlete to think for a higher target. And similarly, that top scheme of Sports Authority of India is doing really a very helpful job in order to support a player to think for a medal podium position in Olympics. And this is high time actually for all of us to think for 2024, 2028, 3032 Paralympics.
So those schemes like Khelo India and TOPS are of great help for the athletes. Thanks Gaurav for joining us on Sports 360 and sharing your views and best wishes for your future. Now shifting focus to football. For the first time since 2004-05 UEFA Champions League quarterfinals will feature neither of the world's two best players, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. While Ronaldo and Juventus exited the competition in Turin at the hands of Porto, Messi and company were seen off by the superstar bandwagon Paris Saint-Germain in Paris. With the Messi at age of 33 and Ronaldo now 36, there has been plenty of speculation that the era of the both players dominating the European scene has ended.
Both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have bowed out of UEFA Champions League before the quarter-final stage of the elite competition for the first time since season 2004-05. In a Champions League season where Messi and Ronaldo renewed football's biggest rivalry almost after a decade, both icons of the beautiful game have achieved a forgetful feat together following the early exits of title contenders Barcelona and Juventus. Neither Messi's nor Ronaldo's club will feature in the quarter-final stage of the Champions League season 2020-2021. No GOATs in the Champions League quarters. For the first time in 16 years, both Messi and Ronaldo have together failed to make it to the top final 8 of Europe's elite club competition. The 2004-05 edition of the Champions League was last season when the teams starring Messi and Ronaldo failed to secure their respective spots in the quarter-final phase of the prestigious tournament. Porto stunned Ronaldo's Juventus. Ronaldo's Juventus were stunned by giant killers FC Porto on Wednesday in their 10. Sergio Oliveira's extra-time free kick confirmed Ronaldo's third straight knockout round exit with Juventus. PSG outclassed Messi-led Barca. A day after Juventus' shocking elimination, Kylian Mbappe-inspired PSG avenged their 2017 trouncings at the hands of Barcelona by registering a 1-1 draw in their backyard. Though Messi netted a stunning goal in the second leg, the little magician missed a crucial penalty to help PSG qualify for the quarterfinals with a 5-2 margin on aggregate. What happened in the 2004-2005 season? Messi was still playing for Barcelona when the Catalan Giants were outclassed by Jose Mourinho's Chelsea in the last 16 of the Champions League during the 2004-05 season. Messi's arch-rival Ronaldo represented Manchester United when AC Milan thwarted Red Devils' bid of entering the quarterfinals at the time. The 2005 edition of the UEFA Champions League was won by Steven Gerrard-led Liverpool. The Reds had upstaged AC Milan in the famous Istanbul final on penalties to lift their fifth European crown at the Atatürk Olympic Stadium. Sports Desk, DD India.
Now let's take a look at the important stats from the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. So there are very important stats that we will discuss here. The most appearances in the round of 16, Ronaldo is at the top, followed by Lionel Messi and Iker Casillas, 27, Andres Iniesta, 25 for Barcelona, and Sergio Ramos, then it is for Real Madrid. And the most goals in the round of 16 stage, it is topped by the Lionel Messi, followed by Ronaldo, 25, Robert Lewandowski, 13 for Bayern and Dortmund, and Thomas Müller, 12 for Bayern Munich, and Karim Benzema, 10 for Real Madrid and Lyon. And the most goals in a game in the round of 16, 5 by Lionel Messi, 4 by Mario Gomez, 4 by Josip Ilicic, and 3 by Sylvain Wiltord. And the most appearances, the most appeared club at the round of 16, 18 times Real Madrid, 17 times Barcelona, 17 Bayern, 15 Chelsea, and 14 times Arsenal. So these are the stats which reflects the dominance of the few clubs at the highest level of the European football. They have dominated. Now it's time for our next segment, Goal of the Week. Lionel Messi scored an absolute stunner from a distance, but that goal couldn't help his team to progress to the round of 16. And this is Sports 360 Goal of the Week. It happened again. Juventus spent big on Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Champions League for a third straight season since it's not happening. Juventus has been eliminated in the quarterfinals and twice in the last 16. Inevitably, the questions will be asked as well about Andrea Pirlo, who was appointed Juventus coach last summer with no experience. So Ronaldo and Pirlo facing uncertain future at Juventus.
Juventus spent big on Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Champions League for a third straight season since it's not happening. 3 years ago, Juventus paid 100 million euros for a 33-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, apparently on the logic that his guaranteed goals would propel the club the extra step to Champions League glory. Since then, Juventus have been eliminated in the quarterfinals and twice in the last 16, the latest instance Tuesday's extra-time ouster at the hands of FC Porto, playing with 10 men for over an hour. The gamble has failed and Ronaldo played a critical part in the away goals defeat that accompanied a 4-4 aggregate show. Since signing Ronaldo, Juventus have been outplayed by Ajax in 2019 quarterfinals and been dumped out by Lyon in the 2020 last 16. Ronaldo has 1 year left on his contract, but barring something remarkable next year, the experiment has failed. When he dropped deep to find possession, he looked slow, heavy-legged, immobile. He was a forward who needs service. That is understandable enough given his age, but that only provokes the question of why a 36-year-old is being paid more than the next 4 highest players at the club put together to lumber around ineffectively. Eyebrows were raised when former Juventus midfielder Pirlo was named manager of the Italian Giants last summer, despite the World Cup winner having no previous managerial experience. His side's results this season have been, to put it lightly, inconsistent. Juventus are in the final of Coppa Italia, but in the league, the side, who has won 9 Italian league titles, looked a shadow of their former selves. With the gap to leaders Inter Milan at a worrying 10 points, Pirlo's position at the top has repeatedly been brought into question. An expected home winner over Porto would have temporarily silenced critics. Instead, the voices against the former Juventus and Milan midfielder are expected to get louder. Sports Desk, TV India.
That's all in this edition of Sports 360. Before we wrap up, we leave you with the sporting moments of the week. Namaskar.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट, इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा।
फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड है।
इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी।
अरे यार,
देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें